Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. The Timberwolves come into this one after the win against the Suns in Phoenix. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops, too. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Lots of ups,
let me write that one
downs.
down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon,
not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq Stradamus.
Shaq Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've never heard that
You're acting
before.
like it's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get away.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh,
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Clippers. And they finished that one out up 4. Competitive, but ultimately they prevail.
And really the difference maker on that night, it's their ability to knock down shots from beyond.
Well, I think, Greg, that's where basketball has shifted, right? The three ball is so important nowadays, and they completely took advantage of it.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. The KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, DA. Thank you. Well, we're right around the halfway point of the season, Doris. This is often when we see the better teams really begin to shift gears and surge ahead.
Yeah, we certainly have a better feel for who the contenders might be. We still have a long way to go, obviously, and teams will have some lulls and then some high points, and you've got to be able to weather all of those things. But the reality is we have a greater understanding of who has the necessary offensive and defensive components to compete at a championship level.
And the Pacers start off with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Pacers. Mirotic is out there with Collins. Then it's Ingram. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Robinson in at the shooting guard position. Here's Collins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Collins has got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Pacers. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shot clock at 5. Here's Easy Breezy. No good on the 3. To the paint. It's tipped. Robinson misses. Now the Timberwolves with it. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And I love the way they just came right out at them in that game, determined to attack the rim.
You know, typically when you go that hard to the rack, you can make a living at the charity stripe, and that's exactly what happened. Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to. How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
The free throw drops for Towns. And talk about the mindset nowadays. Kids like Towns growing up not content to just play in the paint.
That's exactly right, Kevin. His father would divide their workouts into 2 halves. The first was face-up, dribbling, perimeter shooting. The second half of that workout, the interior, footwork, mic-and drills, finishing over either shoulder. Boy, that's a pretty smart dad.
Now, here's Doncic following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Pass to Whiteside. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And how about the deceptive strength of Ingram, just willing his shots in over the defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
The Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Robinson. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Outside, Walker passes to Whiteside. Towns kicks to Walker. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Doncic. That one wide left.
Boy, still not quite in rhythm, just 1 for 4.
And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Robinson against Whiteside. The kick out to Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists. Westbrook's got himself on the board with 3 there. Timberwolves trail by 4. Walker the pass to Towns. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Shots good by Walker.
Well, Towns showing himself to be a willing facilitator. If you're open, he's going to find you.
Westbrook against Walker. Ingram up top. He kicks to Mirotic. Shoots the 3. And the Pacers another 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Towns. Fires for 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Boy, when Towns is moving the basketball, guys, the floor opens up for him. The defense has now got to respect passing and scoring.
Now here's Westbrook. He had 16 points in the win against the Clippers. And it's good for 2. Westbrook's got 5.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
But, Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Doncic with it, guarded by Robinson. Doncic kicks to Walker, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Westbrook dishes to Ingram. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Year after year, the Timberwolves have the NBA's most grueling travel schedule. A lot of miles to cover in the West.
Kevin, if you add up their flights in a season, they could circle the globe more than twice. And let's remember, there's no frequent flyer miles here either.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And that one falls for Ingram. and he can't hit the second. Timberwolves trail by 3. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Good, and his assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 3rd assist on the night. Indiana's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Westbrook, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Walker against Westbrook. No good there. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. To the inside, Doncic. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
I think, Greg, he just has to get them on the same page. With this kind of lax defensive effort, something has got to change.
The Pacers making a switch here. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You take a look at the Celtics, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, there's the Pacers, just way behind.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
The Timberwolves shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And he knocks down the first one. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Ingram outside. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Timberwolves on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Over in the corner, Doncic. Outside, Walker. The pass to Towns. Over Collins. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
And let's check out the stats for Easy Breezy. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's right around 13 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Agreed. A lot of guys in this league would be very happy with that stat line, but this guy is the real deal. He is built for more.
Ingram kicks to Westbrook. From the stripe, and that's good for 2. Westbrook's got 7 points.
Westbrook has made his money right here in the mid-range. The unbelievable lift on the jumper. Good luck checking it.
And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Now here's Walker. following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And Towns throws it down.
Leaving no doubt on that one, the explosiveness of Cat.
Pacers trail by 7. Back to Westbrook. It's to Collins. Pass to Montgomery. In the corner, it's Ingram. Shoots over Doncic. Rebound, Minnesota. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
A team's rebounding is a great measure here in the first quarter. The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
And the Pacers call time here. This is their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
Here's Westbrook. He has 7. Pass to Montgomery. And he drops it in from the low post.
Russell Westbrook right now sharing the wealth, getting his teammates involved. Love it.
Doncic passes to Easy Breezy. Towns against Collins. Towns kicks to Whiteside. Shoots a fader. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Back to Westbrook. Lock at 6 to the inside. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Towns finds Walker. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Pacers trail by 7. There's the pass to Westbrook. Shoots the 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Outside, Walker. Timeout called. First of the game for Minnesota. Well, Doris, we've seen how much organizations set the tone, set the culture from the top on down. What common traits have you seen among successful team owners?
Well, boy, oh boy, so many, I think. Obviously, there has to be some level of financial commitment. You have to be willing to hire good talent. You have to be willing to hire coaches that you believe either developmentally are going to have a bright future, or if you're hiring an experienced coach with championship pedigree, are you willing to pay those types of positions? What is your commitment to the non-traditional aspects that we've seen take a more informed role in how decisions are made? What is your analytics department made up of? What is your nutrition, your strength and conditioning, your training program? Are you hiring top-level professionals across the board? And then to me, it's always about, there's a great quote that says, any organization is defined by the worst behavior tolerated at the top of the leadership position.
Outside Mirotic. And the Pacers another 3.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Pass to Bates-Diop. We've got 1:18 left here in the opening quarter. A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Mirotic. Robinson against Jones. Lets it go. Robinson misses. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Jones dishes to Bogdanovic. Back to Jones. From beyond the arc. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
30 seconds left to play in the first. Passes it to Montgomery. Robinson against Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Wide open look. He can't get that one to fall.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
From 20 feet out. And so it's Minnesota holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Ingram, and it's Montgomery in at the center position. Robinson passes to Musa. Kicks to Ingram. From the line, up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Jones, the pass to Bates Dion. Back to Jones. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Robinson. And it's Jones with the ball for Minnesota. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Bogdanovich passes to Bates Dion. There's the triple. Here's Brown. Goes to the reverse layup and packs it in. Brown's got his first points of the night.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And it's blocked by Brown, and he recovers it.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And on the season, you know, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
That free throw good from Brown. course, at times out there, things get a little heated. Some people feel like the whistle's being blown too quickly from some of these technical fouls. What do you think?
I would actually completely disagree, Kevin. I think there are certain players who are given far too much latitude and others for whom the whistle does come too quickly. So I think it would be better and more helpful to the officials, the teams, and also the fans to understand what is and what does cross a line. Because to me, there's no consistency. There's a lot of confusion. And I think it works both ways. Sometimes too long of a leash, sometimes too short.
Excellent appraisal. Pushing it up. Here's the three. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Timberwolves leading by 15. Jones, the pass to Bates Diop. Minnesota gets it back with a new shot clock. Brown. No good that time.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus. Not good.
Ingram passes to Musa. In the corner, it's Robinson. Indiana needs to get a shot off. But they get it back. Unable to get that one. So Minnesota will take it the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Left side, Brown. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. It's rebounded by Indiana. Back to Robinson. Pass to Musa. He kicks it to Ingram. Over Bogdanovich. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
And Ingram hits these mid-range jumpers in his sleep. The defense can't allow him to get going from there.
And the Timberwolves call time. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. The fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. Russell Westbrook's mantra is, why not? Way of daring himself to greater heights.
I think, Kevin, in time, it became a way to build confidence to take on the world. That why not? Who says you can't? He lives by that maxim, and I love it, Kevin.
And he sinks the second.
So, Kevin, Russell Westbrook wins the 2017 MVP award. Does he relax and rest on his laurels? Heck no. This guy is just striving for greatness. I love it.
Now here's Towns. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Phoenix.
And, guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
And the pass to Whiteside. Here's Easy Breezy, covered by Mirotic. Knocks down the 3 ball. Easy Breezy's got 6.
continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Doncic kicks to Walker. Pass to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Passes it to Doncic. 4 on the shot clock. The 17-footer. Mirotic grabs the miss. Pacers trail by 15. Down low. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Walker finds Towns. Pass to Whiteside. Poked away. And the shot falls short this time. Indiana's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game.
If you leave someone open around Russell Westbrook, he knows it's his responsibility to find the open guy.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. So it's the Pacers now. Kemba Walker hitting his 3 to go. Inside. And he converts the layup. 6 points for him.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
Minnesota leading by 12. Doncic passes to Easy Breezy. Now here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. To the left wing. Here's Whiteside. Misses off the right iron. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here. Now,
here's Whiteside. That one drops for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 12. Walker against Westbrook. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of his cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Doncic dishes to Walker. Kicks to Whiteside. Now, here's Doncic. T right on him. The pass to Easy Breezy. This one for 3. Rebounded by Anunoby. Pacers trail by 12. Pass to Westbrook. Outside Mirotic. Off target from three-point range.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Indiana's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. Right around 21 points per, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. So you plug him in and let him go to work.
That free throw missing. John Collins, he's checked in for the Pacers. Good on the second free throw. Now Walker, he picked up 12 points in their last win against Phoenix.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Now here's Towns. They lead by 11. The 17-footer goes down. Towns has got 9.
I mean, guys, how good is the form and the release? Karl-Anthony Towns capable in the mid-range as well.
Here's Westbrook. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Minnesota's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. There's Walker with the 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Westbrook against Walker. Pulls from the top of the key. Westbrook, no good. Timberwolves leading by 14. Over in the corner, Doncic. With the fadeaway. The Pacers pull it in. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. And it's good, 2 points.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
And Walker kicks to Whiteside. Pass to Doncic. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And the rejection by Collins. The 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul him.
This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
That one misses. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Here's Collins. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Here's Mirotic. Here's Westbrook. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You'll wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end. Not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
Now here's Walker. He kicks it to Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Basket counts. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
And so it's Minnesota taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl-Anthony Towns. Carl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Carl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We saw Kemba Walker lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and 1 rebound. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
The toughness of Kemba Walker is no joke. One of the smaller guys on the floor, he's also wiry strong. You see it when he attacks in the paint. The improved consistency from distance.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We've got Kemba Walker, easy breezy out there with Whiteside. Then there's Doncic, and it's Towns in at the 5 down low. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. From deep three-point range, Walker's shot is off.
And even with his range, that one might be asking a little too much.
Yeah, that zip code might extend beyond his range. My goodness, let's take a better shot next time.
Now here's Ingram, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, they won't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I could see them walking away with this one. Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Now here's Ingram. Feeds it to Westbrook. Stolen by Walker. To the middle. Here's Doncic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 3rd assist on the night. Robinson with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6 to the left side wing. Collins kicks to Ingram. With the putback. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Full 24-second shot clock. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And here's Westbrook from the arc.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the second half. That's their 3rd straight miss.
Towns wide open. Buries it from 3-point range. Towns has got 14.
Boy, the range of Karl Anthony Towns is remarkable. He has said he wants to be the best player in the game. He is on his way.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 13, stolen by Walker. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Doncic. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Westbrook passes to Ingram. And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That's foul number 2 for him. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. For 3, Westbrook sinks the three-pointer. 16 points for him.
Well, after missing their first 3 shots, they finally get one to go in this half.
The pass to Easy Breezy. Towns is doubled to the wing right side. He's feeling it. And he overshot that one, missing. Indiana's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Inside, Mirotic. Outside for Robinson. Westbrook surveying the D. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Timberwolves.
It really struck a nice balance between long-range shooting and also attacking the rim. That keeps the defense off balance and keeps things flowing offensively.
Pass to Whiteside. Here's Easy Breezy. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Towns. Drops it in off the fadeaway. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
With a break in the action, let's now bring up the 2K leaderboard and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games. 5th, Karl Anthony Towns.
Quite a roll he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right. Perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Ingram outside. Right at the free throw line, and the basket is good. Ingram's got 7 points in the game.
And no one is catching Ingram in the open floor. This guy is like a rocket.
Easy Breezy passes to Doncic. To the right side. Fires from 18. Towns with the bucket. 18 points for him.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Ingram right side. Here's Robinson. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
Here's Mirotic. He has 6. 5 on the clock. From deep.
You can see with the contest right there that defensively Towns arrived in the NBA prepared to make an impact.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Passes it to Easy Breezy. Kicks to Towns. Pass to Easy Breezy. Fires the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 5th assist in this one.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now here's Ingram. 7 points in the game. And the rejection by Towns. Mirotic gets the bucket. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Now the pass to Towns. He kicks to Doncic. To the paint. Stolen by Westbrook. Robinson left side. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Mirotic. Here's Robinson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
And here's Walker outside. Robinson pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage. Staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
To the paint. Here's Anunoby. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Karl Anthony Towns takes the hit, gets the whistle.
Minnesota shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, a 7-footer who's got guard-like skills, who can shoot the lights out. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem, guys.
And Towns drops them both. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Passes it to Musa. Four on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Musa's got himself on the board with 3 there. Minnesota's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And Walker kicks to Doncic. Left side, Towns. Cans the shot from the wing. Towns has got 11 in the second half.
If Karl Anthony Towns is feeling it, he will command the basketball. And as a coach, that's what you're hoping for.
Pass to Westbrook. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
You simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
Drills the three-pointer. Bates Diop's got 5.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Westbrook passes to Anunoby. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Timberwolves on defense. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Kicks it to Doncic. There's the pass to Towns. Out left to the wing. Here's Bates Diop. 5 points in the game. 4 on the clock. Rebounded by Anunoby. Indiana's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And so here is Indiana. Puts it up from 12. Another shot. And it's good on the layup. Anabogu's got his second bucket tonight.
That's all about the positioning right there. Doesn't let anybody beat him to the spot before he can get the follow-up.
And you got to respect Luka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 18. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Walker. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Doncic kicks to Walker. Outside, Towns. Pass to Bates-Diop. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 6 assists in the game.
Textbook. Nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
1:51 left in the 3rd quarter. And it's Westbrook missing. Minnesota's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Shoots from the baseline, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
Well, the craftiness of Russell Westbrook down low. This guy excels at drawing contact close to the basket.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
2.
The first one falls, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. 1:30 left in the 3rd. Passes to Bates-Diop. Inside, here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
The Pacers have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
2.
Free throw good, Westbrook. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Minnesota's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Jones against Westbrook. Jones kicks to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. Shoots a 3. Rebounded by Anabogu. Anabogu's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The tray, and Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bates-Diop, the pass to Brown. Count that bucket.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
The Timberwolves have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
One shot.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. Robinson against Jones. Outside Robinson. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Jones. Lots of room. Jump shot is good. Bates Diop's got 9.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go. That's their philosophy.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. After a fantastic quarter, he's sitting on a double-double. And there's nowhere to go but up for him. And we'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. We've got Anunoby, and it's Musa in at the 2 spot. Minnesota with the rebound. Bates Diop's got 5 rebounds tonight. No good that time. Indiana's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Down low, and that one is hammered home.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Jones kicks to Brown. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Knocked away. Stolen by Robinson. To the inside. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Brown. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. You think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
Robinson kicks to Anunoby. Jones against Robinson. The pass to Anunoby. And he gets it to go. Anunoby's got 4 points this quarter. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Shoots from 14. Here's Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Here's Anunoby. The dish to Robinson. Pass to Musa. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there it is for him. Now here's Jones. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Passes it to Bates Diop. And Doris, last summer we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. It looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Okay, I've recorded that comment.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him. Robinson hits them both. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Brown. Outside, Jones. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, the players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Here's Westbrook after the basket by Minnesota. Collins draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And that one falls for Collins. The G League last season experimenting, Doris, with coaches' challenges of certain calls during games. You see that perhaps moving over as well to the NBA?
Kevin, my understanding on this is that across NBA ownership, there is real momentum to allow for a coach's challenge. And I think it's commonplace to see teams argue a call. When it's all said and done, we want to get things correct. And so maybe you see this happen in the G League. And what's the carryover to the NBA? I don't know, but I can tell you unequivocally, ownership wants to see a coach's challenge in the NBA at some point.
And I think, Doris, anytime you can make those coaches do more, put more on the line, just adds to the intrigue of the game.
No question.
4 on the clock. But they get it back.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
Ingram. That shot off. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Here's Doncic. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money. Now
here's Westbrook. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Luka Doncic.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Number 1. 2 shots.
Two.
The first free throw is good. You look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad. I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. Here's Easy Breezy, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside, and Ingram with the basket on the assist from Mirotic. Mirotic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Walker against Westbrook. In the corner, it's Whiteside, and there's the pass to Easy Breezy. From deep, Walker. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Outside, Towns. Westbrook with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Ingram, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Yeah, I think he was forcing too many shots in the first half. Now the game's coming to him.
Timberwolves leading by 20. Doncic kicks to Walker. Pass to Towns. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets brought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Here's Towns after Indiana gets the 3. That one falls. Towns has got 17 points here in the second half.
How great is he at getting squared up? Towns can do it all.
Here's Westbrook. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Easy Breezy. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Ingram.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Now, here's Walker. Towns down low. He's guarded by Collins. Great open look there. Walker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
Westbrook dishes to Ingram. Kicks to Westbrook. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have a 19-point lead. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Walker's got 25 points in the game. Timeout called the Pacers. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver, who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Two shots.
Two shots. Last on the first.
And the first one drops. So he hits both. Here's Walker. And the Timberwolves take on 2 more.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Now here's Ingram. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Ingram. Ingram's got 3 assists in the game. Minnesota leading by 19 points. And here is Doncic. He kicks it to Walker. To the middle. Here's Towns. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Towns has got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, there's an efficiency with which Karl Anthony Towns can work when he's in the painted area. That is nicely done.
Walker against Westbrook. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies. They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Got a piece of it.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, I love the priority he placed on his passing tonight. It inspired great player movement, great ball movement. It seemed to me they knew they were going to get an easy bucket on every possession.
Doris, you think of all the highlight reel plays we get to see up close. We're so lucky. We feel the same way every time we sit courtside and watch one of these games. One of the most enjoyable parts about it, seeing the reactions of the guys on the bench.
They're just losing it, Kevin. They're falling down and they're bumping into each other, and then seeing the opposing bench trying to keep that poker face. They know they're not supposed to react, but sometimes the play is just so good you can't help it.
And we get out of our seats, don't we? I mean, just like the players do. We get out of our seats.
Oh, no doubt. I'll stand up, wave my hands in the air. Are you kidding?
And here's Walker. After Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep, and the dunk by Westbrook.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Minnesota with the ball. The Pacers making the shot. Easy breezy passes to Towns. Walker with it. Now guarded by Ingram. No coverage that time. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
Robinson off target with the free throw line, Jay. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns, you look so calm on the block. What has that focus been like for you?
Just being patient, waiting for my shot to come, not really forcing anything, but also being aggressive.
And you do both very well. Thanks, Kat. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.